Hey everybody, Nicole here with Celbotics and Repairs First Association. We are here live with some really amazing people. I'm super excited. So we are going to be talking about the Micro Soldering Championship and the expo and things going on at the expo. So I'm going to let everybody go around and introduce themselves if for some reason you don't know who is on here and what they do. So first, I'm Nicole, CEO of Celbotics. We do training for beginners. So if you're entering the industry and you want the right path, this is where you go. And also with Repairs First Association, we provide franchise level support without the franchise fees. I feel like that says it all. I'm also representing for Brian Ahern, who couldn't be here because he is backed up with member calls today. He helps all of these shop owners so much with operations, training, and everything. So that's what he's doing. And I'll let you go ahead, and I guess we'll kind of go in order. Ahmed, you want to go next?
You know what? That's fine. This is Ahmed. I'm the CEO and founder of Uplook Social. I help small businesses to bring them traffic, websites, webinars, sales training, all these things. And on top of that, I can help you with all your prepaid needs when it comes to prepaid wireless. Thank you so much. I'm here to help everybody. So I'm happy to be. I'm excited to be with everybody and Jessa. So let's go. Let's bring it on.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, Mark.
I'm Mark with iPadRehab. I solder all day, every day, and assist Jessa with teaching other people how to do that.
There you go.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Tabitha.
And I'm Tabitha. With Celbotics. I help do the cell phone repair course as well as a game console course, and then also help with building out content for different training platforms and companies and such.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Javi Guzman with Mr. Phone Doctor. I specialize in refurb. So we do B2B, retail, and of course, mail and repairs. You guys need any kind of refurb glasswork, let us know. And I'm very excited to be here with all these legends because micro solder is something that I am very interested in. I really want to learn. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say today. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Brian with Wholesale Gadget Parts, Quality Control Manager here. Title basically says it all. I just make sure that all the shops get the best quality, and if they do have defective parts, I'm the lead on trying to figure out what's going on with those parts to make sure we get it corrected as quick as possible. Super excited to hear what Jess has got going on as far as this micro soldering challenge, and I'm ready to see whoever wins has to wrestle a midget. Just saying.
And then we have, last but not least, Jessa, who everyone should know if you're in this industry, but we're going to let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Jessa Jones with iPadRehab, and we also micro solder all day, every day. I've trained over 500 people how to micro solder since 2015. Mark and I do that together each month at our monthly course, and I'm excited to work with Nicole to bring a micro soldering championship to you guys in the independent repair industry.
Right. It's going to be so exciting. So let's talk about that real quick, because I know there was a lot of questions about how it's going to work. And in the beginning, we thought I will pre-test people, but after we've seen all the wonderful applications come through and the buzz in the industry, I'm just excited to see all of the micro solderers there and actually compete in person. So we decided to go ahead and do when you arrive. So all of this information is online, just so you know, if you go to gadgetrepairexpo.com, and if you want to apply to actually compete and have Jessa and Mark judge you, you would actually just go online, apply. But when you arrive, there's going to be a testing. Starts hard 9:30. If you're not there at 9:30 a.m. on the first day, you're disqualified. But you would arrive and take actually a paper test. We're gonna grade it, and there's gonna be a score from those people who pass at that score level would go to elimination, just one elimination round. What is the first elimination round gonna be? Can we tell them? Should we keep it secret or
right? Right? Is this a quiz? Because I'm not sure I can pass.
Yeah. Okay, well, there's a first elimination round, and then from that elimination round, there'll be 4 people picked that will actually compete in the 4 p.m. main event. So the main event will be really fun. It's inside of a ring, a wrestling ring that the micro wrestlers, they're really good friends with Jeremy, so they've actually allowed us to use that ring to do the competition in. And I'm sure Jessa and Mark are going to be emceeing as referees and making that really fun. And then whoever wins from there actually gets listed on our site. There's actually, you're going to win some money and some other things. There's actually a belt, which we're really excited to share the actual graphic on that coming up. So you guys want to talk about anything around that, or anybody have any questions about it that's on here? If you guys are watching and have questions, we can answer.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Unless someone have a question. Okay. Let me ask a question to Mark and Jesse. Jessa, sorry. So people can apply for your class and learn more about, micro soldering. I'm sorry if I'm asking stupid questions because I'm not in the repair, but I would love to know how long it takes for me as an individual to learn micro soldering.
That's a great question, and the answer is it depends on you, right? So what what we would recommend is you can learn how to micro solder on your own. You don't need to come to my course, but it's going to take a long time because you're going to mess up stuff and you're going to have a hard time knowing what it is that like one little thing that you need to hear that will make something really challenging turn into something really easy. Who's really good at looking at you and pointing out, oh, your problem is that, you got to change your angle, or you just try this little tip, put a drop of flux on that. That's Mark. Mark is so good at just looking at somebody and identifying that one thing. So if you come to a 5-day training with us, or ideally a 7-day training, you'll kind of leapfrog ahead by about a year of the pain and struggle. But a 5 to 7 day training is a foundation. So you need to go home, and what I always tell people to do is to work on working phones. So you can progress by taking a working phone, maybe an iCloud lock phone, taking a chip off, reballing it, put it back on. Does it still work? And if you do that enough, that's how you really become technically proficient. And then, of course, we have our Discord and our Facebook group for our alumni to help them with the continuing on with the diagnostics, keep them on the right path. So good. I don't know. It takes completely variable time. Some people are professional within you'll be doing some jobs right after the course, charge ports and things like that. And then things you'll during the course you'll learn how to put together those sandwich boards. That's the current thing that everybody's struggling with. But you need to practice and give yourself plenty of time to practice when you get back home.
Makes sense. Exactly.
Yeah, and you guys have support after, which I think is a lot of people don't understand that there is support after. So it's not like you're just out there on your own, right? You actually have a chat and all of this type of thing, or a group.
Did you know that my neighbor Brian, is that Quincy?
He's
the course.
Yeah, he took the course.
Yeah.
Oh. How was it? How'd you do, Brian?
I'm sorry?
How was it? How'd you do? How'd you like it?
It was an amazing course, and to be honest, I took it so that I could work on some of our phones, our test phones here. But more so, it was to just kind of figure out what that community needed as far as like tools and support and things like that. I still send everyone to Jessa because I am nowhere near as good as she is. But it was more just to kind of, like I said, learn the community, figure out what these guys needed in their shops so that we could carry it to WTP, and just kind of oversee that, because you get different opinions about what you should use, how you should use it, and things like that. And so I just didn't want to be in the dark, and I didn't want us as a company to be selling those things just willy-nilly and saying, here, go get this, because it does them no good to get things that aren't going to do what they need it to do or do it proficiently. So
got it.
We took that.
We talked a lot on these lives about adding services and what that means for a shop. But I feel like micro soldering, there's also a benefit for someone if they're just working out of their home and they want to have something where they can service other shops. But even shops could add this as a service, right? So it could be someone just at home that wants to make revenue and work from home. I know that you've trained a lot of moms. Can you speak on a little bit about like how much could someone expect to earn if they learn this, they dedicate themselves? I mean, I know it's a good thing to add, but some people, they just need to hear it.
Well, the answer to that really, it depends, right? So the main benefit to your community from microsoldering is probably data recovery. And what I found is that from talking to our students, a lot of times we get in this repair shop mindset and we're not asking the right question when somebody comes through the door. So anybody that comes into my shop and says, oh, I got a broken phone, can you fix it? The first thing I'll ask them is there important data on the phone? And you'd be surprised if you don't ask that question and you just kind of get into the fixer repair mindset, you might shy away from some job that's like, oh, that's going to need a ton of work. And then I have to warranty it. And you know what? They're probably better off just replacing that device. So you tell them no. If you ask them, is there important data on it? A lot of times they'll say, yes, that's why I'm here, actually, because I already got a new phone, but this phone has all the baby pictures on it, and my wife is so mad at me. And then if you take it in from a data recovery service, your deliverable is much less. You don't have to make the cameras work. It doesn't have to even charge the battery. It just needs to be able to turn on, accept the passcode, connect to USB, and be able to offload the data. Or even to get their broken phone, get a backup, and offer them the service of being able to make their new phone look and feel like their old phone. So you're no longer stuck by, well, that phone's only worth $150, so I can only charge so much. Data recovery, people are thrilled to get back those memories. It's really, truly priceless. And we will do data recovery jobs anywhere from $300 up to, for some of our specialty exploit-based forensic stuff, $1,000, $2,000, even $5,000 for, a single job for, forensic, law enforcement, things like that.
That's
There's
amazing.
A lot of money out there. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is that people have to understand that micro soldering is the end for a phone. If you can't fix it, or you are not skilled enough and you say it can't be fixed, then you do the customer a disservice because they think you're the last option. So it's really about making sure that you educate yourself enough, right? Like me, I will say I can't micro solder a phone. I will tell you, look, this is beyond me, but let me refer you to someone who can help you. There's some
you can micro solder.
Well, I can't now. I could. I don't have the knowledge right now.
Come on up here. We got a station.
Yeah. We might do that. That would be actually pretty fun. How many phones can Nicole break with Jessa? There you go.
Break and fix. Break and fix.
Yeah, the less you fix, the more you learn.
There you go. You're right. So there's some people in the industry and shop owners that if they can't do it, they say it can't be fixed, and then they just make the customer want to buy a new one. And I feel like that's something that we need to try to change as an industry. If you know your skill set can't fix something, instead of saying it can't be done, find someone who can and refer it out. I mean, do you guys agree?
That's actually something that I've done. Jessa knows this guy, Jason Thornton. Man, I refer people to him all the time. He's actually gotten a lot more B2B business just because of that. And I only refer to people that I know have gone to Jessa's course because they have the knowledge and Jessa backs them pretty much. Mm-hmm. I know there are some people out there that don't quite have it, but man, that's what we do. I try and build that community and connect those people that are like, my shop can't do it. Well, if your shop can't do it, let me refer you to someone that can, because you're leaving money on the table. You're also not helping your customer to the best of your ability. So go over to this guy, he'll take care of you.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And not only will Jessa be there with Mark doing the whole championship, but she's also going to speak on day 2 about data recovery and how you can add that to your store. So if someone's not doing micro soldering right now and they want to capitalize on data recovery, you're gonna give them the path to that and talk about it? Is that how that's going to go? Or
Sure. I mean, not everybody wants to be a microsolder. That's fine. But everybody can have a path to data recovery for their customers, right? You don't have to microsolder. You can sell your neighbor, hook up with your local microsolder, right? And figure out how to offer data recovery to your customers. So if you start off by just asking people, is there important data on the phone, then that kind of drives your entire repair process in a little bit of a different direction. But this is starting to feel like an ad for Jessa. So let's talk about instead what's going on here. What's the Gadget Repair Expo, and
what do we expect?
Tell us what it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
so go ahead, Ahmed. You lead. I'll follow in after you.
I want to ask. Okay, so it's going to be 2 days. The first day is the opening day, of course. The floor is going to be massive. The place is wonderful, awesome. Just comparing with the first, whoever made it to the first one, I think this one is like almost 4 times bigger floor.
Yeah, it's
Am I
80,000
right,
square
Nicole?
feet. Yeah,
This is
80,000
huge.
square feet.
So it will take a lot of people to fill out that place. I'm excited about it. We had about 1,100 people the first time. Hopefully we can get close to 2,000 this time. So there's so much people can learn from parts, from repairs, marketing, sales. Of course, the micro soldering is the phenomenal thing. I'm learning so much from Jessa right now, and Mark, and I'm so excited about this. I mean, it's going to be bringing a lot of value. It is actually the first expo from the industry to the industry. Everybody in that is going to be in that show, and the organizers come from the industry, and that's what makes it more appealing to me, and I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, and it's repair focused. And so on both days, we're going to have speakers and panelists and demos all running at the same time as well with the floor. And this year, we've worked really, really hard to make the panels and speakers and demos more like training versus just talking at you. So the deal is this year I'm working with every single speaker, every single demo person, and making sure that they create a document that a person, we're going to have QR codes on the screen that the people sitting in there can actually scan and open a document that actually gives bullet points of what the person is talking about and things that the store can actually implement after the event. Because I feel like sometimes we go to events and we just listen to people talk and we're like, okay, that was great, but what do I do now and how do I implement it? And I always felt like that just wasn't good enough. So with this show, I'm like, I want to make sure that the Gadget Repair Expo delivers to repair stores what they actually need, and then shows, tells them how can you actually implement this information that you just learned versus just learning it and not knowing what to do and feeling overwhelmed. Like, oh my God, I've learned all these things and now I just don't implement because I've got ideal overload. You know what I mean? And it's going to be fun, but there's going to be a lot of learning. We have people there that, like, we have one gentleman who has 7 stores, plus he's going to talk about credit repair and how they can actually, as a store owner, build credit and then use it to grow their locations. We have a shop owner that his store does $1.5 million a year, and he's going to come and talk about how he, he's going to give like 10 tips on how he did that, and then also break down how he runs a successful Black Friday. So these people don't have courses, they're not pitching anything, they're actually just successful at running a repair shop and there to share their experience. We have Nerd It Now, who they have one facility, but he had R2 certified. Now this man started out of his apartment fixing phones, and now he has a huge recycling center and his repair store, and he's going to share his story about how he did that. So this is just 3 of the people that are going to be there, and we have speakers like this both days, plus all the amazing vendors, the giveaways, and then the fun stuff at night. There's going to be a cocktail party and the micro wrestling, and so it's going to be a lot going on.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm excited. I actually visited the one in Atlanta and I had a great time. I mean, I've been to a lot of expos and there's nothing else like this, me being heavily repair. I mean, I'm just excited to meet everyone and learn what other different types of repairs we can be offering, because us strictly right now, we're all refurbish and repair, which is simple, for us to do, but we want to expand and we want to look more into soldering because, I mean, there are times when us as repairmen, we break something. What do? We're on the phone calling someone who could solder something or do this, do that. And then, of course, game consoles we're getting with bad HDMI ports, charging ports. And, go look online, see if you can look anywhere and find these online. PS5s, Nintendo Switches, it's really hard to find them. So if it's something that we can add, then it's good. And of course, you guys understand there's gonna be a lot of people in the industry. You could make some network connections, B2B. I'm just excited. I'm really excited to be there.
There's going to be one company, for example, one vendor that's there, I won't say their name, but like they provide repair as a service on high-end MacBooks. Like they're going to have a booth there. They've never had a booth at any expo. I talked to them yesterday. They're actually getting a booth because they want to let stores know that this actually exists if they want to take in this high-end equipment and they need a partner to be able to do it who is certified to be able to do that. So it's like really unique. It's not the same things that you're going to see at every show. This is specifically for repair.
I'm excited about this, and another thing is the repair industry is evolving, it's changing. There is micro soldering, of course, part of it, but now there is financing. They need to sell more phones, computers, marketing. Things are changing. Things are just growing. Just from me being involved from last year till this year, I see a lot of things changing. On top of that, I love what Jessa said. She brought up a very strong point. She said, are you asking the right questions when they walk in? They want to repair, but they want to recover the data. I hope everybody paid attention to this, what she said. This, what I quote from this call so far, is people need their data, and they need their data recovery. So Jessa will be there. Mark will be there. Mark, are you going to make it there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Sure. He's going to be one of the judge in the ring, like,
wearing the banana suit.
Okay. So there is a lot of value here. There is not only, there's a lot of things happening here that's going to make you tons of money and make you. What's the difference between you and the next guy who's doing repairs? You got to add always more services and invest in your team and your operation. I like that.
Yeah, definitely. I know Brian, Tabitha, you guys were at the last event. What did you take away from there?
I had a blast. I helped operate the booth for the Celbotics booth. And the biggest thing for me was, I have a lot of connections and stuff with Facebook. Like there's all these different repair groups with Facebook, and so like you meet people there and everything, but it was a completely different atmosphere to actually go to this expo, meet people with like-minded ideas, and just kind of expand your ideas and your knowledge with all of these other people there who are there for growth, and they want to continue to do something more in their company rather than just some silly Facebook drama.
Right.
That was really good for me. I really enjoyed, just getting to get together with all these like-minded people, and really felt like I was learning something or expanding my knowledge or expanding the things that I didn't even know I wanted to do that I could get into doing.
Right. I agree. And I feel like it gave me a lot of energy. So I feel like sometimes shop owners can get kind of like just the day-to-day. Like I had a meeting with a shop owner before this call, and she's just her first year. And she just asked, can you just consult with me a little bit? And I did. I just jump on a call with her, just want to help her. So she's going to go to the expo because she's like in this funk where she's like, what am I doing here? And I want to grow my business, and I want to do more, and I want to get, add these different services. And so I feel like it also rejuvenated us towards the repair business. What about you, Brian?
I think that right now in the industry, we talked on a previous live about, some stores closing and things like that. And I think that is so important that we do rejuvenate ourselves. We do reignite that energy and that fire under us so that we don't sit there getting burnt out in the mundane business of what we're doing. So that definitely is a good point, Nicole, of just that energy and kind of bring you back to life.
Right.
Yes.
It was more about the community itself and how much the community's grown together. We've been to several trade shows this year, probably way too many. And the difference between Gadget Repair Expo and say like the all wireless. The fact that it is focused on the repair industry, man, you see those shops coming together where they're friends, they're going back and forth, they're giving some banter. Whereas used to when repair first you started seeing it more, they were fighting over customers, and it was like really cutthroat as to what they were going to get and who had the best parts and who was going to do this repair and that repair. And now you start seeing them, hey, man, thanks for that customer you sent me the other day. We got that repair. you see more helping and going back and forth. And I think that for me, getting all those guys together in the same building,
Yep.
working together just really helps the industry, because I mean, there's plenty of phones out there to go around. We don't need to buy them, you know?
And Mark is gonna be there, the judge.
Yeah.
Oh man, can you imagine? I'm gonna be in the ring. I'll be the last one. I'll fail.
Oh, it's gonna be so fun. I think yeah, what did we talk about last time? Tony's gonna have to go in there and wrestle with the micro wrestlers. We talked with them. They were actually on live with us last week. That was so fun. So I just, outside of the fun and hanging out with everybody, there's actually a learning aspect to this. And this year we're taking a lot of time to make this expo completely different. The tickets are extremely affordable. They're only $99. And as you can see on your screen, we give many of them away. I think 75% of them get given away for free. And so we just really want to make sure that the industry keeps growing. And the only way to do that is if we all come together and network. If we just keep being so separate and we're just a little bit of repair here at this show, a little bit of repair at this show, a little bit. That's why the Gadget Repair Expo was brought together, is because the repair industry really needed something just on this, so then we can start focusing on trying to come together and actually making sure that our industry is moving in the right direction. Somebody actually posted a question, which I want Jessa to answer, or Mark.
Oh, yeah.
So this is what they asked on LinkedIn. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Okay.
Mark,
Microsoft
answer.
No pressure.
Accurate.
Vaporization point of lead.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you have a fume extractor to get the flux fumes away. The risk is occupational asthma. The lead, if you have a soldering iron that can vaporize lead, then stop soldering with plasma, I guess.
I'm so lost.
What Mark is saying is that when I use my hot air and I use a piece of leaded solder, like I'm going to do right now, right? And I'll see fumes. The fumes are from the flux in the solder, not the lead. There's no way to put the lead in the air. I will make one point about safety. Do not lick your solder. All right. If you've been licking your solder, stop now. It's a bad idea. It's not healthy. You're absolutely right. If you've been putting this like sprinkles on your ice cream, do not do that anymore. Okay? You need to stop for your health and safety. It's very serious. Right? Now, as far as just breathing in flux smoke, you're right. There is a risk of asthma, occupational asthma. It's a pretty minor risk. And so you can use a fume extractor to get those, particulates, same as smoking cigarettes. If you're smoking cigarettes, you need to stop now.
No point made.
Mark,
you back there.
Mark quit smoking. 3 cheers for Mark quitting smoking.
Yay.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So that's my tip on occupational health and safety.
Oh, Tortilla says, I put it on my Wheaties every morning. Wish I would have known that. She's hilarious. Okay. We have
That's
one
good.
more question here about.
Okay.
Sorry, one more question. About manufacturers in China having a shortage. So
It was a question about refurbish.
Oh, refurb.
Oh, there is. Let me see here.
Let's see.
Yeah, somebody said something about, can we talk about refurb?
Oh, what do you want to hear, Travis? I think it was Travis, right?
Yes,
It's the future,
Travis.
right? It's the future. Parts, screens are getting too expensive. Go buy 13 Pro Max. Oh man, or you can refurbish it.
Yeah.
So he's talking about the shortage on. That's why you need to fix
China.
things, right? Repair is needed now,
Well,
because not only for that, for environment, for
repair,
keeping-
refurbish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Refurb is changing the glass. Micro soldering is micro soldering on a board.
Sure.
So, so I get with refurb. There was at one point. What is the shortage that they're? Is there some sort of
I don't know. I know Shenzhen just closed down because of COVID, but as far as shortages, I don't
okay.
know about the electricity shortages.
Okay, well, we
going on.
got it. That we answered it. So whatever that was, we answered it right.
That's why we recycle it, refix it.
Something that I've heard about this stuff in China is that the manufacturers, because of the electricity grid or whatever, they're like only allowing manufacturers to be open a certain number of days a week, dependent upon what they do. But I really haven't seen a whole lot of that affecting anything at this point in time, anyway.
But most of your suppliers too, stateside, they predict some of that stuff. So if they start hearing that, they'll get a little extra supply in. It's very rare that we're on short supply of parts for you guys over here.
So it's back again. In the beginning there was shortage. Now everybody's prepared for the bad, right?
Exactly.
For the worst. Okay, good. I want to ask a question, Jessa. What's in there's going to be a class training coming from Jessa over there at the Gadget Repair Expo?
Well, here's my plan. My plan is to give a talk to just kind of demonstrate a very simple data recovery that might walk right in your door. That's pretty common. It's fun. I've given this talk before at forensics conferences, and people that are not microsolders like to just kind of see stuff in real life. So we're gonna just bring a case to do with you guys. Probably pull somebody up out of the audience to solve that case. So that's my plan. And then we're doing the microsoldering competition because it'd be fun. I wanted to, I feel like there's a big void in the independent repair industry for networking and conferences. And we used to have that void filled. I don't know if you guys have been around long enough to remember back in, 2012, 13, back when everybody had an iPhone 5, there was a Christmas e-tech parts on Facebook giveaway, and lots of people doing repair. We kind of all jumped together and formed our very first independent repair community, and that was on Facebook. And then later that year, there was the CTIA big Las Vegas conference, where there was a tiny little corner devoted to repair. And I went to that, and it was so cool to meet in real life people that were doing repair. And they weren't my competitors, they were from all over. You could talk about things. And in that room, I think that I made probably more important connections for my career than I ever have. That was where I met Louis Rossmann for the first time, in that room at that conference. I didn't know him before. And I walked up to this guy, and he was another person who micro soldered, but on MacBooks. And I told him, I'm dumb enough to try to find a short circuit on a logic board by holding it up to the side of my face to feel for heat back then. And he said to me, yeah, I use my lips. And it was like finding someone else in the world that was also so like doing these crazy things. That was so great. And he became a really good friend from that meeting. And also in that same room, I met, a bunch of people, Dave Takushi, I met Pete Farrar, who have gone on. Some of them have left to go start franchises or branch out. I've met people that later become my microsoldering students, met people from all over the world in that one room for like an hour at the Bellagio in 2013. Wow. And since that conference kind of went away, there's been, a few others that we've gone to, but none of them are really about independent repair. And to be honest, we're going in 2 weeks, we're going to go to the CPR franchise conference. And I love that conference, but it really has this sort of circle the wagons feel to it. Like you're on the outside because you're not CPR, and I'm not going to be CPR. That's them. So it feels like they're part of the big sharing information, networking, helping each other. And we're not really a part of that. And that's sad. So when Nicole asked me to kind of help out with making something that really was independent repair networking, franchising. I'm all about that. So I'm really excited. And I love how Nicole's really good at organizing things. And I can tell that this conference is really going to focus on having fun. And to be honest, I mean, I know a lot about how to fix boards. I sit here and do it all the time, like right now. But I don't know much about, there's 2 phones over here that somebody gave me. They're unlocked, I think. I don't really know for sure. So I'm gonna talk to you guys up there to say, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. Can I sell these to somebody? Do I how do they get cell service? How do I even know? Is it blacklisted? How do I find out? I don't know that stuff. And I'm excited to just ask somebody and make those connections. It's that an hour at a bar is how you make connections that you can really help you in ways you can't ever predict.
Right, I agree. Yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
Thank
amazing. You mentioned Dave DeCucci. He's in St. Louis. I've known Dave for many years. Yeah. Wow. I used to go to his stores. Yeah, I used to go to his stores, and he used to own wireless toys stores.
Yeah.
And we were doing airtime and the prepaid, and I used to see him fixing things, and I'm like, "What is this, David?" And he's like, the repair. I'm like, "What? You fix phones? Wow, that's cool." That was back in 2012, 11, maybe somewhere at that time. Yeah, it was what a small world. How you know David
It
very
is
well?
a small world. That's the point. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to refer to, did you guys see when we shared recently, Dustin, he's a YouTuber, but he owned a store, and then after he went to the expo, it made him change some things, and he's making like, I don't know what he said, 30 or 50,000 a month revenue out of the store now after going to that show and implementing everything that he did. And he's literally, it just changed his store completely. It's Dustin Knight. But it's things like that I'm excited about, because there's one thing.
Oh, I remember that guy. I know that guy, Dustin. You know what he did? This is crazy. He asked me about a repair years ago where he was telling me, have you ever seen a phone that's a 6 Plus where the touch doesn't work and it has flashing gray bars at the top? And at that moment, I said, can you believe this? I said, I've never heard of that. That was years ago. It was the first time I ever heard about iPhone 6 Plus touch disease.
That's awesome.
Guy asking me about something.
Yeah.
No. Are you crazy? I've never heard of that. Send it in though.
That's funny. Oh, I love that.
It is a small industry, really.
Yeah. But this is actually his post. Like, he was able to implement so much that he learned and actually get over his fear, because he had a fear of taking his business to the next level and doing these types of things. And he just did it. He just bit the bullet and he did it. And now he went from 20,000 a month to 50,000 plus in revenue a month at his one location. Like, there's nothing more than that personally that I hate is seeing stores struggle. It's something that I feel like there's so much potential there, and there's so much that they can do as a repair store. So I just love knowing that this expo is actually helping stores. You know what I mean? And people always ask, what's the business of the show? People ask this to me a lot. It's a question that a lot of people have positioned to me. And as you can tell from the tickets price, it's not, we're not an event company. It's not what this is about. It's that, sure, of course, the show's going to profit a little bit, but it's about bringing something together that needed to be done. I'm breaking up?
No.
Oh,
no, I can hear you.
It's fine now.
I can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay. It's about just bringing together the industry. No. Maybe
the question is, do you want to go to a broke show or you want to go to a good show? I want to go to a good show. I want to go to a show where I can learn, want to kind of grow my business, meet professionals, grow above and beyond. The guy who took his business to 20,000 to 50,000 hasn't been over 4 months. So everybody, I tell everybody, all the businesses, you don't grow your business running your business. You learn and you add more. You already got to where you're at. Now you need to add more. You're not going to add more if you just stay in the same building. You got to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is a lot of professionals right here is going to be there. Jessa's going to be there. Mark's going to be there. Javier, The gentleman,
Brian.
what's
Brian.
Brian's going to
Brian.
be there. We're all going to be there. Nicole is going to
Mhm.
be there. Just come
Mhm.
on in. There's more people. Everybody
Yeah.
there talking to you will be coming from the industry, hands
Mhm.
on from the industry. Yep.
We even have an hour and a half sales training on the second day that Ahmed's going to do. And he does
Yep.
it early in the morning. And the first one, it went 2 hours, and people brought their employees, and they actually got to do like skits and like, actual training for sales in a store, which everybody knows Ahmed is great at sales. And so he actually goes there and he's full open wide. He's going to share everything he knows. He's going to pull people up. And so bring your team, re-energize them about what they're doing with you, and
Yep.
get them some knowledge. I couldn't tell you how many shop owners I've seen there that had brought employees with them, and the employees were just pumped and they were learning so much and meeting people. And that sales training was awesome that you did, Ahmed. So
No,
what do you plan on doing?
absolutely. It's the same thing. I'm just going to talk about how to upsell, asking the right questions, always bundling products, how to connect with the customer after they leave. Because a lot of stores, like, the sale is done and the guy is gone. No, he's not gone. He's my customer. I need him to come back again. I always look at the customers are you happy? Yeah. Now I'm looking through him to his family and his friends. I want everybody to come in here. How can I leverage his happiness? How can I get a review from him? How can I upsell him? What's next specials for the next season? All these things always going on in the back end of my, back of my head. How can I get more? That's how I opened 17, 18 stores. That's how I made my money. I mean, I'm upselling. I'm not going to wait for them to come in. I have to go to them and give them reasons to come back again.
Right,
Watch over them. All these things. All these things is huge. You know,
right, right.
a lot of the in the industry there is lack of sales training and asking the right
Mhm.
questions and growing the business. What's next step? I can't keep shooting from the head. I have to plan my whole year, and that's what's going to happen.
Mhm.
I'll talk about this a lot. I'll focus on these things.
Right, right. Okay, great. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on at the expo. I mean, it's going to be exciting. We're going to be also having a training panel. So we're going to talk about, training that you can take, of course, but then how do you even build out your own LMS for your own company? So at the expo, I met a lot of guys and ladies that own, 15 locations, and they want to have their own LMS to train their own people. So we're going to talk about that. There's going to be some other people there that actually do training, like eTech and Chris with Savannah Eye Doctor. And so we're actually going to talk about even how you can train people local to come work for you, And so it's going to be really, really, really exciting. Yeah. So
It is
Javier is
exciting.
going to be doing
Yep,
a demo
live
on
demo.
refurbing. What devices are you doing?
I'll be doing the Samsung series glass
Yeah.
refurbishing.
Got it. And we're working on a little document to give them with some steps and things like that with you. So it's not just watching you do it, but they're actually going to get some information to go with it. All right. Tony says there's so many people actually to meet other than the hall. So the more people that comes to the more opportunities there is. I mean, if we talk about like even just doing business together, like store to store,
Yes.
like I feel like there's opportunity there too. There is going to be some activation companies there, but it's primarily companies focused on repair. Ahmed, do you want to talk on the activation companies a little bit? I mean, what
I
are they
have
there to do? To show how they can make money with activations?
Sure, we're gonna have VitaPay over there. The or Tcetra is the mother company, is the
Mhm.
largest TSP out there, to answering questions about activations, about airtime, demonstrating. We're going to be talking about Verizon prepaid, all the airtime. There is a whole different. There is a whole side of this business. A lot of repair shops did not touch, which is offering the activations, the airtime, the
Mhm.
sell financing, handsets financing. There's a whole different things coming up. I mean, I'm learning every day. I'm on these calls. I'm learning there's something more that can be added. If I am in the repair business right now, I will be doing some micro soldering immediately. I will be doing handsets financing and computer financing, whatever financing to these customers, I'll do it. I will be adding activations, offering
Mhm.
airtime, bill payments, all these things. Whatever brings me traffic, I need the traffic to convert to buyers, 100%. So we're going to have a lot of fun over there learning about all these things.
We have actually Chris Schroeder coming, who actually is one of the largest phone flipping programs where people can learn phone flipping. But he has built out a PowerPoint to teach stores how to add $3,000 a month by flipping phones and using phone flipper tactics in their store, which is
The, num-
awesome.
yep,
You know,
the number one item in the world getting sold right now is the phone. Everybody, people buy phones like no tomorrow.
Yep.
And we need to learn everything, how to leverage this, how to add more, how to do more. You know, I'm becoming more obsessed about the repair business. I might want to take a class with Jessa very soon.
you're gonna teach Almond how to micro solder.
I got to do something.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's summer camp. Everybody likes to come to the course.
Of course, yeah. And yeah, they should. You know, if you're in this business, you should know how to do it all. I mean, you know, like Jessa said, it's how long. I mean, you will learn if you want to learn. So this is good value. You know, if you guys want to learn, you come to the show and talk to Jessa and listen and attend her seminar, and go from there.
Yeah, and you guys will be able to meet everybody in person and actually talk. So that's going to be great. Jess, are you ready to talk to everybody who's going to just line up and want to talk to you?
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah,
Yes, it is fun. Yeah,
I love to learn new stuff from everybody.
it's going to be great. Yeah, so we're winding down to the end of the time now. You guys remember, you can, if you're watching, you can get your free ticket. Just go to gadgetrepairexpo.com, enter GRE free. Do that while we're live. We also let the code run a few hours after the live. So if you're watching this after we get done, but to get your free ticket.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you say, Almond?
No, just register and sign up. I mean,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, if I'm telling you, this is like the first one on steroid, and that's what I feel, because I'm every call I'm seeing more new faces and new more value. I'm unbelievable. This should be like, we should call it the university of the Gadget Repair Expo.
The
So
Gadget
come on
Repair
in.
Expo, the university. Yeah.
Yeah,
love it.
I mean, this is because there's schooling over there. There's learning, a lot of learning going on here.
So somebody on LinkedIn asked, are the training demos suitable for beginners? So let's be clear here. These are demos, okay, with documents that are going to be given out to try to give you some steps. So then you do get some value that you can implement. These are not like 8-hour classes. These are 1-hour demos, okay? And you're going to be watching someone like Javier actually go through the process. He is going to have some slides that he's going to go over first to give you some value information, but you're not going to get up and actually do it. And so it's not like hands-on training, like something like if you went to a Jessa class or you came to Celbotics where you actually are hands-on. You are just watching from a seat. So yes, you're going to learn and take things away, but it's not like you're going to leave an expert at that topic. We don't want to mislead anybody. This is something to get you interested, to understand about that topic more, and then meet the person that you could possibly learn from. So if you're like, man, I really like Javier, then you can go learn from him. We've got Shura, who just commented. She's a Black-owned female business owner who just started a Apple Watch refurb company, training people to refurb. She's been doing watch repair for a couple of years. She's really, really good at it, and she started this course. And so we're going to give her an hour to give a demo, and I'm really, really excited about that. But if you love her and you're like, I want to learn from her, then you're going to meet her. But they're going to do the whole thing and actually give you some steps. So I hope that answers your question. Yep. This is the best industry expo for small and large businesses. You can benefit if you are mobile, one location. There you go. Okay, thank you, Shura.
She's gonna have.
All right, you guys have anything you want to add before we get off of here?
I just want to say that even like all these different demonstrations that are going to happen, even if you think you're really good at it, go to them, because there are things that we implemented as a wholesaler from Jessa's class, like the known good working parts. It's not a board problem until it's not a parts problem.
Yeah.
And
look at that.
We share that for our customers, because you just don't know what little thing that someone's going to do or does in their shop on a daily basis that will improve your shop and stop wasting money on chasing rabbit holes that aren't even there.
Got it. Yeah. Thank you. So Jessa won't be doing a demo, right? You'll just be talking.
I'm giving a talk. Yeah. Giving a talk totally for beginners. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be fun. We're going to solve a real case.
Got it. Okay. The person who will be actually giving a demo is Edgar. So he's coming in from Guatemala, and you've probably seen him on YouTube as well. But he'll actually be doing demos on both days, and he is positioning it for complete beginners. So he's actually going to talk about I don't want to say exactly, but he's gonna make it for beginners to help you understand the diagnostics behind micro soldering. So I'm really excited about that. So all right, guys. Well, I mean, we'll get off of here. We're going to see all of you at the expo, and we will see you again on live. Everybody who's watching, we go live every Wednesday, normally 2 p.m. This time we did it a little bit early, but I look forward to seeing everybody at the expo.
Awesome. We'll
Same
meet everyone
here.
there. We'll
Same
see you
here.
guys.
See ya.
Awesome.
Bye.
Nice to meet you, Jesse.
Bye.
Nice to meet everybody. Bye bye.